Hamburg. Get ready for a great hour of interviews, music and tips from Western New York's leading musicians, with many other very special guests from around the country. And now, here's your host, Rich Rogenmoser.
Hi folks, welcome down to Heard It on the X, the East Coast premier music talk show. I'm Rich Rogenmoser from Music Exchange. As always, my sidekick, the Dr. Joshua.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, Joe. I just changed your name.
Yeah, I was thinking about changing my name to Joe, actually.
I've never really thought highly of you anyway,
Yeah,
so whatever I call you is
Feelings mutual.
Today's show is going to be a great show. We got Ron Hawkins from the Lowest of the Low that's going to be on.
That's going to be very cool.
Buffalo music legend Frank Puzzateri is going to be joining us, who, among Only Human, he's had multiple bands, Sky and Jambo, and played with just about everybody in town, yeah. Buffalo Music Hall of Fame member. Then we got music news, and of course, this week's And You Think It's Okay segment, which is going to be stellar.
I think it's okay this week? We'll find out.
I want to take a minute. I want to welcome another new sponsor to the show, Max Village Brehaus down in Orchard Park. Max
is a cool place.
It's a great place. It's a great sounding room, too. What I like about Scotty that owns Max Brewhouse is he's into music. He's really become the bastion of live music in the South Towns, especially with, the club market kind of changing a little bit in the South Towns. Some clubs closing, some clubs, going for a different thing, more of a dinner thing than live music. Scotty, first of all, he loves music.
He does.
I mean, he's the kind of guy that he wants bands that come in and jam. He wants bands that come in and just, really play. He likes that kind of stuff. And if you go to, watch this, Doctor.
Here we go. Let's murder it.
If you go to maxbrewhouse.com, but...
Can you spell it?
I can. M-A-C-S, brew, B-R-E-W, house spelled H-A-U-S, as in a German
It's
brewhouse.
German.
Exactly. maxbrewhouse.com. You can see who's going to be up there playing. Next week we have, up at Max, we have Friday Night Joyride. Mm-hmm. And that's Dick Bowerly.
Dick Bowerly,
we love Dick Bowerly, and that's a fantastic band. Nickel City Pimp Choir is Saturday.
Saturday?
I love the name alone.
I know, I was going to say, that's a very cool name.
You know
what I like about Scotty? He looks like Butch Taylor, former keyboardist of the Dave Matthews Band.
Really?
I've never told him this. But
you know what I like about Scotty's place?
That it's awesome.
They got like 20 microbrews on tap.
And there's the Boston Red Sox gear everywhere.
There's Red Sox gear everywhere.
I believe there's a Ted Williams signed ball, which I'm going to steal one of these days when he's not looking.
And honestly, I've played there. It is a great sounding room. There's something about that room that's just, it's a really good sounding room. So it's a great place to go see.
And it's got a great vibe, too. Great people and stuff.
Yeah, it does. Okay, we're going to go to the phones right now. We have Canada's favorite son. Ron, are you there? I'm sorry, Ron, are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. This is Ron Hawkins, Canada's favorite son, on the phone with us. This is Rich and Josh. How you doing, my friend?
I'm great. I just want to correct you, though. I think I'm one of Buffalo's favorite sons, but I'm not necessarily one of Canada's favorite sons.
You know what? You're definitely Buffalo's favorite son. You're playing October 23rd. You're going to be playing at the Mohawk Place, correct?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Are you regular at the Mohawk Place?
No, I'm not. This will be actually the first. I've seen lots of bands down there, but it's the first time I'm playing down there.
Mohawk, it's such a cool room. Isn't it a cool room?
Yeah, fantastic.
So what have you been up to, my friend? You're a busy guy.
I'm a busy boy. I've been doing a lot of touring on my. I released a record last year called 10 Kinds of Lonely, which is a country disc, and I've been touring around, mostly doing shows with just me and an acoustic guitar, which has taken me as far as China. In March, I was in China touring, in Australia, and then now and then I still do some band shows and stuff like that. So just out there touring, supporting that record, and now getting geared up for a re-go at the Lowest of the Low, which are re-releasing Shakespeare in My Butt in December, and doing some shows in Toronto.
That's going to be at Lee's Place in Toronto, right? And actually, you're re-releasing a remastered version of Shakespeare in My Butt, and there's going to be a DVD, right?
Yeah, there's a documentary attached to it.
It's going to be pretty cool, called Low Roads. Is that the DVD?
Yeah, that's the one, and it's basically made up out of all the archival footage. Our drummer was one of those guys while everybody else in the band was partying and ignoring our own history. He was out there with cameras and Super 8 cameras and just shooting everything you could imagine. And it all went into his basement for basically 20 years or so. And he just made this doc, put it all together, and it's literally footage that I don't even remember. Like lots of stuff. I'm like, where was that? Why does my hair look like that?
Did you preview it and say, wait a minute, we can't put that on there? What the heck?
No, I think the band pretty much has a policy of, like, if I said it, and if I did it, then people can see it.
Oh, that's really good, though. That's really good. You played last year. Speaking of you playing acoustically, you played last year at the Powder Keg Festival here, and that was a huge event. It was an incredible event.
Yeah, that was fantastic, and that's the event. I remember that we were playing the U.S. in the Olympics the next afternoon, and I came out the Saturday night before and said just wanted to congratulate everybody on their silver medal. You know, it's like my deal is always just get out there and get their attention, and maybe even get them a little pissed off, and then do the set.
You are thought of so highly here, though. I don't think you even need to get their attention. I mean, your shows are well attended in Buffalo. You guys are just legendary. You guys in the hip, and Jeremy's going to be playing with you over at Mohawk Place doing his thing. And Jeremy had a tribute hip band for a while, but you. Lowest of the low, and you yourself are really thought of just so highly in this area. It seems like you're constantly here. I feel like you live here.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, it's totally a love affair both ways, because I know that people up here always ask, why does Buffalo love you guys so much? And all I can say is that like I guess because of the Edge got down there, and Buffalo could hear a lot of Canadian bands on the radio. It was sort of like a second home, and my sort of political and geographical look at things is that Torontonians have a lot more in common with Buffalonians and people from Pittsburgh and New York than we do with people from Vancouver, because the streams kind of go north-south rather than east-west.
Right.
Yeah. So when I'm in Buffalo, like it feels a lot like Toronto to me.
Yeah, it's funny because we're broadcast all over on this show, and a lot of people, once you get south of New York, you might not know. I mean, they look at Canada like it's another world, where to us it's really just our backyard. I mean, it's a place. We go up there and spend a day.
We share a football team.
We do share a football team.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk about this.
Anytime I'm down in the south, like down in Florida or anything, I do answer a lot of questions about igloos and pack dogs, and they think Canada is basically the Arctic.
Oh, it's the same thing about Buffalo, though. I mean,
yeah.
we interviewed Fee Waybill. He was on with us last week, calling from Venice Beach, and he thought it was already snowing up here. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's just like, no. Every once in a while, we can wear shorts in Buffalo too, and you guys got to do.
It probably has snowed in October.
It did.
Right?
About 4 years ago, we had that wicked storm.